3. And here are the starting lineups.
Assistant coaches for Mace Chiefs Ed Badger and Bob Osipka. The trainer is Kevin Carroll. And now for the 76ers starting lineup. At guard, at 6 feet from Georgetown, number 3, Allen Iverson. At guard, at 6'6" from North Carolina, number 42, Jerry Stackhouse. At forward, at 6'7" from Southern Mississippi, number 35, Clarence Weatherspoon. At forward, at 6'10" from Syracuse, number 44, Derek Coleman. And at center, at 6'10" from North Carolina, number 55, Scott Williams.
Go, boy. Go give us one. Give us one now. 1, 2, 3, 6.
The coaches for your New York Knicks are Chip Van Gundy, Don Cheney, Randy Malone, Tom Thibodeau, and Jim Nix. The trainers are Mike Saunders, Tim Walsh, and Greg Brittenham.
Oh, Mr. Jordan, Mr. Jordan! Next year, when I grow up, I'm going to win an NBA title. And when I'm 9, I'm going to be in a movie like Space Jam. And when I'm 10, I'm going to eat deluxe sandwiches, just like you.
That's pretty ambitious.
Now at McDonald's, try our deluxe sandwiches with a grown-up taste and collect these fun Looney Tunes stuffed characters from the movie Space Jam. Just $2.99 each with the purchase of a new deluxe or any other large sandwich.
Come on. You want to learn how to jam?
Yeah.
Space Jam at McDonald's. Come hungry. Leave stuffed.
Officials Jack Neese, Monty McCutcheon, Scott Foster. And Patrick Ewing jumping against Scott Williams. The Knicks controlling. Charlie Ward gets the pick from Larry Johnson. Offensive foul. It is called on Ewing.
Ewing in the low post setting up a pick to get Allen Houston free. And the official, Jack Neese, thought he was a little too physical with that pick.
So Iverson handles against Ward with that high dribble. Scott Williams. And here's Derek Coleman's strip. Charles Oakley able to bat it away. Allen Houston trying to regain the form that he had in the games at Madison Square Garden, coming off a poor shooting West Coast swing. Ward for 3. Charlie Ward getting right to it.
Great confidence by Charlie, looking for the shot.
And that jumper by Charlie Ward as Iverson got the step and was fouled. The jumper by Charlie Ward stops the streak of Charles Oakley, who had managed to hit the Knicks' first field goal for the last 4 games. Ward is called on that foul. And Iverson to the free throw line. Iverson is shooting only 60% at the line.
Iverson took that poor shooting from the line from Georgetown also, where he did not shoot his fouls very well. 68% in his 2-year period at Georgetown.
And you can see Allen Iverson leading the way in terms of rookies in the scoring column, but not able to hit the 2 free throws. And again, the whistle away from the ball against the 76ers this time. It is on Scott Williams. Scott Williams at about 6'10" is playing center, and a lot of tough matchups for Scott Williams, who is more of a natural power forward and a guy who could fill in at center.
This is a team, the Sixers, without a 7-footer. They will have Michael Cage to present as the game goes on after Williams, but Ewing is moving with great confidence to that low post position.
Foul committed by Stackhouse. You see the head coach of the Sixers, Johnny Davis, in his first year as head coach, taking over from John Lucas. Spent 6 years in the NBA as an assistant. Here's Houston. Oakley tried to save it, but deflected it out of bounds, and the ball will go to the 76ers. Philadelphia 76ers lost their first 3 games. They have won their last 2. Coming off the solid win over the Phoenix Suns, 112-95. And a reach-in foul. Ward going for the steal. Well, Oakley called for the foul. Blocking foul on Oakley. In the last game, Sixers shot 51% from the field.
That was the best of their 5 games as well by far. Also made 9 threes.
Tipped by Scott Williams on the miss by Derek Coleman. And Philadelphia with its first field goal. The Knicks 3 and the Sixers 2. Here's Ward whipping by Iverson.
Charlie's very comfortable with that left hand when needed.
Charlie Ward with all 5 Knick points. It's got caught on an overplay. And Scott Williams hit the reverse. The Knicks by 1. For the Knicks, it is the first of 3 straight at home. Thursday, the Toronto Raptors will be here. Saturday afternoon, the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Ewing is dying for that basketball. He cannot get his teammates to find him.
Larry Johnson for 3. And Stackhouse from downtown. A 3 for Stackhouse, and the Sixers lead 7-5. Ewing setting up at the right baseline. And here is his first shot attempt. Stackhouse able to draw the foul. It's on Houston.
When Iverson entered his NBA life, the focus for him initially was on scoring, which is what he's done so well. But now, early in the year, early in his pro career, he's thinking more about passing. And it's evident as he's been looking for people as he's come down court every time. And that was Jerry Stackhouse on that turnaround.
And the Sixers now lead 9-5. 7-0 run by Philadelphia.
Ewing is working so hard for position, and he's getting it, but his teammates aren't looking at him at those moments, and that's Larry Johnson powering his way in for 2.
So the Sixer lead is now 9-7. Iverson. Scott Williams off the fake. Able to beat Ewing up high, and then whipped by Oakley, and a fast start offensively for Scott Williams. 6 points. Jeff Van Gundy taking the early timeout with 4:02 gone by, and the Sixers up 11-7.
We've all got things to do, right? Like pick up the kids, go grocery shopping, move some furniture. Of course, that's after you haul that load of sand for the new sandbox. Now do it all in a Jimmy from GMC. With spacious cargo room, a V6 standard, and plenty of comfort for the long haul. And now with a $299 a month lease with $14.99 down, getting into a Jimmy is even easier. Jimmy from GMC. When you've got to do what you've got to do. See your tri-state GMC dealer today.
So I pull into this gas station. Oh, classic oversqueeze. Watch this. Release the hounds. Perfect pump. 2037.
Even at the gas station, you can do more with the American Express card.
As always, closed captioning is brought to you by Empire Blue Cross and Blue Shield, the best of health.
Well, Patrick Ewing coming out on the court, taking a look at him a couple of moments ago, hands up, waiting for the ball. But when he's in that position, his teammates haven't been looking for him. And bad timing between Ewing and his teammates. That was Larry Johnson on that last drive for success.
Knick offense at the start has been uneven. Sixers have hit their last 5 shots after missing their first. Knicks not getting good shots. And the Sixers lead 11-7. 7.5 remaining in this opening quarter. Here's Coleman. He changed his mind. Looked like he was going to gun for the 3, and then saw Stackhouse cutting, and it led to the foul. Allen Houston called for his second. Derek Coleman looking in good shape. You recall last year, after the trade from the New Jersey Nets, here's John Starks checking in. Coleman injury hit with ankle and leg problems, ballooned to 285, 290 pounds, and then got injured and played only 11 games last season. Illegal defense call for the first time. When in shape and healthy, Derek Coleman, a remarkable talent. The block by Ward on Iverson. Iverson with the recovery. Iverson with the rebound and pops it out. Coleman for three. And rebounded by Johnson.
No question about Coleman, Marv. And I was thinking tonight, this is one of the few games he's played in that I've seen anyway, where he hasn't been the main story for the opposition. Tonight the focus is on Iverson, and Coleman's just one of the guys.
Larry Johnson shows the outside touch. That's his second field goal. Sixers 11. The Knicks 9. Quick release jumper by Iverson is popping from all angles. He is now 0 for 4. Get the idea. Very anxious to impress here at Madison Square Garden. Oakley getting position. Oakley with the rebound. And he's tied the game.
He was too wide for Coleman to deal with.
Crossover move by Stackhouse, who got it to Coleman. Beautifully done by Jerry Stackhouse, and the Sixers lead by 2. Here's Ward with the step. And the foul is called. You get the idea that Charlie Ward is a bit more motivated than he might be against most opposition in going up against Allen Iverson?
Yes, he's looking at a guy who's probably about 2 inches shorter than him or thereabouts, and he's showing his competitive fire. That's clear, Marv.
Ewing getting position. Yes. And the game is tied at 13 for Ewing, his first field goal.
He got the ball right where he wanted it.
Stackhouse had it knocked away. Here's Starks. Williams back. Starks. Well done by John Starks, protecting the dribble from Scott Williams. And the Knicks take a 2-point lead. Iverson. Stackhouse. And the Knicks look to run, led by Oakley. Bad pass. He lost the grip. Looked like he hurt his hand. And the open shot for Iverson. Three-pointer for Iverson. That's his first field goal. Sixers by 1.
I think, Marv, that Oakley has a tender right hand. I ran into him at the hotel the other day in Vancouver, and
is that how he hurt his hand when you ran into him?
Well, I shook hands with him, lefty, and he appreciated that because his right hand was pretty sore.
3-on-1 Stackhouse. Not able to field that lead pass. Iverson upset with himself, but Stackhouse did draw the foul. Larry Johnson called for the foul. And Jerry Stackhouse to the free throw line. You see Charles Oakley trying to work it out. Just under 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. And the Sixers struggling at the line. They are 0 for 3 at the line. The numbers on Jerry Stackhouse. Did score the career-high 36 Saturday against Phoenix and was 12 of 14 at the line in that game. 76ers 17 and the Knicks 15. First of 5 meetings this season between the Knicks and Sixers. It's the only team that the Knicks will play 5 times. Foul call is on Iverson. Last year, the Knicks took 3 of 4 from Philly. Overall, they have won 8 of their last 9 against the Sixers.
The win by the Sixers in Philadelphia on March 8th, the day that Jeff Van Gundy took over as head coach of the Knicks. And Stackhouse in that game led the way with 29.
Charlie Ward on the hesitation dribble. Oh, what a move. He beat Iverson, who did not want to pick up a 3. 7 points for Ward. And the game is tied at 17. Here's Iverson popping it back out. Stackhouse for 3. So the Sixers now lead 20-17, and Stackhouse has 9 points.
The tender area defensively for the Sixers is in the center position, and the Knicks are really attacking that area. They don't have a big man to swat shots away. As I said before, no 7-footers on their roster.
Larry Johnson showing us a variety of moves. He thought he was fouled. Sixers lead by 1. Stackhouse guarded by Starks. To the left-hand dribble. And the rebound is put home by Scott Williams.
What a classic example of what can happen when the man isn't boxed out. Oakley had the ball just about in his hands, but Williams came right around him with no contact on him and reached over Charles.
Philadelphia has a 3-point lead. Substitution, Lucius Harris replacing Jerry Stackhouse, who leads with 9 points. Lucius Harris, one-time member of the Dallas Mavericks, spent 3 years with Dallas and signed with the Sixers as a free agent. Ward and Ewing. Ward with the rebound, dumps it off. Nicely done. Larry Johnson for the foul. Charlie Ward has outplayed Allen Iverson here in this opening quarter. 7 points, 2 assists. That would have been a third had Larry Johnson been able to hit. Coleman is called on the foul.
Nice look inside. Ewing to Larry Johnson, who works his way into the foul line.
Larry Johnson with 7 points, coming off a 6 for 10 for 12 in the wrap-up of the Western trip in Vancouver on Sunday night. Coming into tonight, the Knicks are 3rd in the NBA, averaging 101 points per game.
The defense is excellent also, allowing the 3rd fewest amount of points.
Starks with the steal, made possible by the play of Oakley. Johnson for Ewing, and he draws the foul. Nice pass again by Ward. Foul on Scott Williams. That is his 2nd.
Good look inside to Patrick Ewing, who gets the usual double and triple teaming. Well, I want to correct a defensive statistic. The Knicks are allowing 91 a game to their opposition right now. 10 under their scoring average here so far for the season, which is a nice spread.
Game tied at 22 with 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. That was nearly an air ball. Allen Iverson playing with the 2 personal fouls, as is Scott Williams. Weatherspoon, who has rarely touched the ball, and then stripped by the combination of Ward and Johnson. Oakley rebounded by Eric Coleman. Scott Williams running the floor. Coleman tried to get it to him. Larry Johnson kind of enjoyed that last crossover move by Coleman. Here's Coleman off the lead from Iverson. Nicely done. And the Sixers lead 24-22. Ewing now facing a double team as Weatherspoon came over.
Patrick showing some frustration, I think, Marv, from not getting the ball earlier. That's Iverson on the foul line jumper. But the one good thing for him is that he can shoot his jumper over Williams, having the height advantage.
76ers lead by 4. Here's Ewing. Got the step, could not hit. So So Ewing is now 1 for 6.
Boy, Scott Williams got soft on that defensive play or lack of defense as Ewing all of a sudden had a short one-handed push shot with no one in front of him, it seemed.
Ewing passed up on the jumper, picks up the assist. Larry Johnson saying thank you to Patrick Ewing. So the Sixers lead by 2, and a timeout is taken. 10 points for Johnson to lead the Knicks with 1:01 to go in the.
Here's Adam Graves breaking in, short-handed. Adam Graves scores!
You're watching MSG Network.
We're all over it.
Ask not what your country can do for you. See it for yourself. This is Ranger Country.
It's a world championship 18 years in the making. Finally, the Commissioner's Trophy has come home to where it belongs. The 1996 New York Yankees, champions of the American League East, owners of their first league pennant in 15 years, and once again, world champions. Celebrate the Bronx Bombers' ride to baseball's pinnacle with the New York Yankees World Championship plaque. Each plaque includes an officially licensed 8x10 team photo featuring Bernie Williams, Derek Jeter, Cecil Fielder, Darryl Strawberry, Andy Pettit, and more. Below the photo is a nameplate detailing the Yankees' rise to their unprecedented 23rd World Championship. Call the toll-free number today to add to your collection of baseball memorabilia or give a gift that any Yankees fan will cherish. Operators are standing by 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to take your order. Supplies are limited, so call today.
Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly because friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser.
Sixers with a 26-24 lead on the Knicks with 1:01 remaining in this first quarter. The word earlier from the Knicks front office that Chris Childs has been cleared to begin full-scale practice with the team. There's Chris starting tomorrow. He'll begin working with the club. His progress will be monitored on a daily basis as to his future activation. Chris has been sidelined since October the 11th with the non-displaced fracture of the right fibula, a fractured leg. And rookie Dante Jones has also been cleared to begin working out. Illegal defense, second violation against the Knicks, so a technical foul, and Derek Coleman will go to the line. Dante Jones is rehabilitating from surgery he had on his left foot in late June. Both players examined today by Knicks team physician, Dr. Norman Scott. That is Dante to the right. 46 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Herb Williams and Scott Brooks have checked in for the first time. Weatherspoon trying to pull it back out, and here's Harris, rebounded by Weatherspoon. Doug Overton on the floor for the first time, operating as the point guard. He's been out with a sprained ankle the last couple of games. Shot clock at 10. Three-point attempt to fling as Derek Coleman hammers down the three. And the Sixers are up 30-24, 10 seconds to go in this first quarter. Starts, yes, Sixers 30 and the Knicks 26. Final seconds of the quarter. Overton racing down. After one here at Madison Square Garden. Philadelphia 76ers leading the New York Knicks 30-26.
So, what'd you get? Everything. 2 Pentium 133s in parallel, 72 megs of RAM, 2 gig AV hard drive, CD recorder, full motion MPEG hardware, 2 21-inch monitors, accelerator board, 1200 DPI laser printer, video capture board.
That's psychotic. What are you going to do with all that?
I don't know. Go online, meet girls.
Every day, lots of people choose FedEx to take their 2-day packages. Cost? About $8.
Every day, lots of people choose UPS to take their 2-day packages. Cost about $6.
Every day, lots more people choose the U.S. Postal Service to take their priority mail 2- to 3-day packages. Cost $3.
So, 8, 6, 3, what's your priority? Priority mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
This is how we do it. How we do it. Yeah, yeah.
Face it, a true sport utility vehicle is the one you can afford to drive like a sport utility vehicle. Suzuki Sidekick Sport, fully loaded, for around $20,000. Here's what an SUV ought to be. Now through November 30th, lease a new Sport for just $229 a month at your New York, New Jersey area Suzuki dealers.
We're back at Madison Square Garden, 1 quarter deep into this one. The Sixers lead the New York Knicks by 4. It starts November 22nd. It's the holiday tradition here at Madison Square Garden's Theater. And it stars this year not only Ben Vereen as one of the ghosts in A Christmas Carol, but also Tony Randall, who's back as Scrooge. That's got to add some new vitality to the shows, huh, Ben?
It's incredible. Working with Tony was wonderful. He's the master, you know, and he's a very funny man.
Is there going to be that comedic element to his portrayal?
You got to. Yeah. You got to have that.
And what about you? What can you do differently compared to what you did in last year's successful run?
Be better than I was last year.
How do you do that?
How do I do that? Yeah. By the fact of me being there and the audience coming out excels me and I get enthusiastic about playing this role.
Now, they've been configuring the theater for some time now, turning that into the Dickensian town. Yeah, they're working on that. And that's got to make it a very unique atmosphere to work in. You're surrounded by the town.
Tony Walton has done an incredible job in producing and designing this show. And Mike Ockerin and Susan Stroman and everyone, all the players involved have really come to the table with new ideas and new vitality, and the cast is incredible, and the crew's incredible, so you can have a wonderful show this year.
Well, Ben, it's good to see you. That means the holiday season is right around the corner. Thanks very much.
It's here.
Yeah. All right, Marv, that's Ben Vereen, and it's A Christmas Carol starting November 22nd at the theater. Tickets are on sale now or through Ticketmaster. Back to you.
Thank you, Alan. I know John turned down the role of Scrooge, asked for the second straight year. They felt he'd be perfectly typecast and said no.
No, Marv, I wouldn't have been in character.
Sixers 30 and the Knicks 27 as this second quarter gets underway. Philadelphia popping from three-point range, 4 of 8 from downtown in the first quarter. Lane violation again, second straight. And a delay of game warning against the 76ers. The throw in the book against the Sixers here at the start of the second quarter. The Knicks have Buck Williams on the floor now, up front with Larry Johnson and Herb Williams, Scott Brooks and John Starks in the backcourt. Larry Johnson not able to take advantage.
Jeff Van Gundy matching Ward with Iverson. When Iverson came out, Brooks came in, and feeling naturally that Scott Brooks, who did such a terrific job in Vancouver, is adequate certainly in a big way to do the job behind Charlie now.
Weatherspoon way off with that shot, and here comes Brooks. Brooks now picked up by Overton. Mark Davis, rookie, second-year player from Texas Tech, also on the floor for the first time, as is Michael Cage. Starks. And it was deflected out, last touched by the Sixers.
Well, John pushed that one up a little too quickly. When you see a player at that angle miss the rim entirely, I think it was because he was looking for a pick and roll with Herb Williams, but Herb just didn't respond to that.
Here is Johnson, way off. Knicks hitting glass, not hitting the rim the last couple of attempts. And an offensive foul on Overton. That was drawn by Brooks. Good work by Scotty Brooks.
Overton was straight arming Brooks as he tried to get free.
And the crowd reacts
as John Wallace reports in for the first time, coming off a terrific road trip. Wallace. Pass broken up. Batted out of bounds by Mark Davis. Davis, a guy who can play both up front and in the backcourt, signed as a free agent following a year with the Timberwolves. 76ers by 3. Minute and a half gone by in the second quarter. Here's Starks with a driving hook, and that barely touched the rim. No, it didn't. Apparently did not, because it's a 24-second violation.
Marv, John wasn't looking at the basket when he threw the shot up.
Well aware that the shot clock was running down, he just wanted to fire it up. But it has been a horrendous string of shots by the Knicks here in the second quarter, and a foul is called. It is on Brooks. The Knicks now have a lineup of Herb Williams, Buck Williams, and John Wallace. John Starks and Scott Brooks in the backcourt. Davis played by Wallace. Harris, Overton, Weatherspoon. And that is a travel on Clarence Weatherspoon, who's having difficulty getting started. Clarence Weatherspoon, in his 5th year out of Southern Mississippi. In recent years, although the 76ers have certainly had a miserable time of it, he's been their big gun. Here's Wallace. And last touch by Philadelphia.
Kind of an irony now with the Weatherspoon, who's defined as a small forward at 6'6", yet he doesn't have a perimeter game to speak of, whereas Derek Coleman, the power forward, has the long-range game as well as the inside game. Suggestion is that maybe Weatherspoon is available in a trade now, that this personnel situation has turned around for the Sixers, who are featuring 7 new players on their roster this season compared to last year. Sure, a lot of teams would love to have Clarence Weatherspoon, a very dependable player, strong, high scorer, got a lot of abilities for a lot of different teams. We saw one out in Vancouver, perhaps, that would fit well.
Herb Williams at the line. He was fouled by Mark Davis. So the Knicks trail by 1. Michael Cage is up front along with Clarence Weatherspoon and Mark Davis. Shot clock at 3. Davis. And back comes Starks. Knicks 0 for 4 from the field in the second quarter. Buck Williams called for a travel. Make it 0 for 5, and what makes it even worse, the Knicks are not hitting the rim.
On that play, after that hard work by Buck, he just lost his balance under the basket to add to the frustration of the Knicks.
Brooks all over Overton, looking for the steal, also looking for the call, but will not get it. Foul is on Brooks. Here's Jerry Stackhouse checking back in. Allen Iverson also has returned. Look at that last sequence. Scott Brooks looking for the foul, but it was called the other way. Iverson now being played by Brooks. Scott Brooks, one-time 76er. Iverson with a beautiful move. And the Sixers now lead 32-29.
This might force Jeff Van Gundy to think about Charlie Ward again. Iverson sailed right around Scott Brooks.
And that's the first field goal for either team in this second quarter. John Wallace contributes the first field goal for the Knicks.
One of the qualities Wallace has advertised to his team and players around the league is his ability to finish plays around the basket. He always seems to get it done.
What a move by Iverson, but he gave it up. Here's Stackhouse. And Buck Williams with the rebound. Brooks on a pull-up. Iverson on the run. Look at the speed. Allen Iverson with a sensational move. Quiet first quarter. Was played well by Charlie Ward, who actually outplayed it, but he has now come on.
Little reaction by the fans, too. That was the special talents of Allen Iverson.
And the steal by Davis. 3-on-1. Foul committed by Brooks, who has picked up his third.
Davis ought to apologize to his teammates. He said something. It was a 3-on-1. He held that ball. Had he given it up, they should have gotten a layup by spreading out the defender. One man can't guard three.
And the Knicks call for time. The Knicks 1 of 7 thus far in the second quarter.
Freshness hotline, what's the problem?
Man, my party is lame. I think I got some skunky beer.
Sir, relax. When was your beer born?
Born? What are you talking about?
It doesn't have a born-on date?
A what?
Do you have any Budweiser?
No, man, you gotta help me.
Okay, remain calm, sir. We're on our way.
New Born on Dating from Budweiser, because fresh beer tastes better.
Go! Sir, put down the skunky beer and slowly back away.
Want to get your feet wet on the internet? AT&T makes it easy to catch the wave. Every day, AT&T helps thousands of businesses, big and small, search for information, send email, and set up websites where they can do business with their customers. So whether you're a little kahuna or a big kahuna, grab your board and hop on. AT&T. It's going to be a great ride.
Do I like to shop? Oh, yes. How you doing? Franks and beans? Aisle 5. Beans and franks? Aisle 7.
Hi. Hi.
Fat free. Nothing but car. Check this out. You are 1 millionth shopper! Even at the supermarket, you can do more with the American Express card. I love this card.
First half, and the Sixers lead by 3 points. Charlie Ward is back, as in Allen Houston. Iverson. Offensive rebound by Scott Williams, who has played well, and they get the new 24. Davis putting the ball on the floor and was fouled. Foul committed by Wallace. So the Knicks now with Patrick Ewing up front, along with John Wallace and Buck Williams, Charlie Ward, Allen Houston in the backcourt. Knicks have not been able to get anything going in the second quarter. Wallace looking for the call, claiming that he deflected it off Davis. Here at Madison Square Garden, the Knicks have won 5 straight and 14 of the last 15 against the Sixers. Neither club burning it up here in the second, but Philadelphia leads by 3. Coleman had it knocked away. Played well by Buck Williams. Ewing getting position, backing his way on Scott Williams.
Well, the game plan says that's the way it should be every time. Ewing should be able to get that position, and it's starting to happen.
Scott Williams with 10 points.
He's demanding Ewing to come out and put that hand up in his face.
Well, he's hit all 5 of his shots, and it's the Sixers by 3. 6:20 to go in the first half. Allen Houston looking for a shot, met by Coleman on the switch. Wallace missed the tip, and Coleman protects the dribble. Iverson's pass, I believe he was looking for Spike Lee at courtside.
Spike didn't catch it, though. I think he might have been ducking based on the speed of that pass.
Charlie Ward. And Ewing stripped. Stackhouse. Stackhouse fouled. Foul committed by Ward. Interesting what has developed between Jerry Stackhouse out of North Carolina and another one-time Tar Heel by the name of Michael Jordan, who uses whatever he can to motivate himself. John, you recall last year where Stackhouse was in the midst of a good scoring binge, and he made the statement that, you know, the NBA is not that tough a jump from the college level.
Right.
And that is all Jordan had to hear, and that's when he, next time they met, lit him up for 50-plus.
It's taken Stackhouse a while this year. He had 36 in the last game, but the prior 4, he hadn't even accumulated as much as 20 points in a game. So he's slowly getting into it this season.
Stackhouse tonight, 10 points, 3 of 6 from the field. He and Scott Williams, the high point men. Larry Johnson leading the Knicks with 11. Iverson behind the back for Coleman. And here's Coleman again. Air ball tipped by Scott Williams. And we get a whistle. And apparently it was an inadvertent whistle. The basket does count.
What a sensational play. What timing by Scott Williams after that tremendous move by Iverson getting free. Derek Coleman forcing it a little bit, but Williams under the basket, no one leaning on him, got the hand on the ball.
Offensive foul. Foul on Wallace. It has been a poorly played first half by the Knicks. They're down by 6. Coming up on 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Remember, the Knicks did not play well, although they are road games, so you allow for a different situation. And that was tipped home by Davis. 7-0 run by the Sixers. Knicks did not play well in the games against Golden State and San Jose and against the Clippers in LA, although they won both games, and then had an easy time with Vancouver on Sunday. And the Knicks are hearing some boos from the crowd. They're trailing the Sixers 41-33.
Stackhouse last year, one of the top rookies in the NBA. Iverson this year looking like the top NBA guard by far. And look at their numbers as new players in Philadelphia this year. That's a very hefty backcourt combination building up. Right now, a man named Mark Davis in his second year is making people take notice, not only here at the Garden tonight, but around the league. He's had a couple of terrific games already in this young season. Take a look at that last play by Scott Williams, tapping the ball in.
.440 remaining in the first half, and Ewing is able to get inside.
Ewing is so dominant physically. He just wants to get that basketball down low, and obviously the Knicks want to repeat that.
And apparently Iverson stepped out. And here's Charles Oakley checking back in. .425 remaining in the first half. And the Sixers are up by 6 points. Houston. And last touched by Williams. A diving, hustling Scott Williams. Scott Williams has hit 6 for 6 from the field. He has 12 points and he has 6 rebounds. Ewing. Patrick Ewing brings the Knicks within 4.
The thing that Jeff Van Gundy's been selling his team from the beginning of the year is movement of the bodies on the basketball court. When the Knicks are not functioning well on offense, it's because they're a little too stationary.
Stackhouse is getting too much room. Allen Houston reacting late in trying to come out and meet Stackhouse. That's a 3. His 3rd of the game. He now has 13 points, and the Sixers lead by 7. Ewing offense in this first half is so out of sync. And you mentioned earlier, it looked like Ewing was getting frustrated. Now he's taking bad shots. He's forcing the issue.
There is not enough passing of the basketball going on, not enough motion on the court.
Coming up on 3 minutes remaining in this first half. Open shot for Davis. And Ward leads Johnson. Here's Johnson. Blocked and fouled by Stackhouse. Good effort, though, by Jerry Stackhouse. Johnson actually slowed down, looking to draw the foul. Now timeout taken by the Sixers.
If you're a Jets fan, you know where you'll find all the in-depth team news, features, stats, and highlights on this year's Gang Green, Heineken Jets Journal, Friday night on MSG.
You're not with AT&T, are you?
No, I'm not.
So, are you happy?
Not really.
I was happier with AT&T. Well, we're making it simple to come back. How'd you like to get 100 free minutes just for switching to AT&T? That would be wonderful.
That's a real gift.
Well, there's a lot more. Introducing the new AT&T one-rate plan. Just 15 cents a minute on calls from home to anybody, anytime, anywhere in America.
That's great. It's a flat rate, anytime, anybody, anywhere. And I'm going to presume there's going to be a charge involved.
No, it's free.
It's even better.
No fees, no minimum spending, no time requirements, no restrictions, no games.
You can't beat that.
Call 1-800-YES-2-ATT.
You'll get one low rate plus 100 free minutes for switching to AT&T.
So what do you think?
I think the 100 free minutes is awesome. The one-rate plan, excellent. There's no restrictions, no limits.
So what are you going to do?
Pick up the phone and switch to AT&T.
One rate, 100 minutes. Call 1-800-YES-2-ATT to switch.
Introducing new Arid Ultra Clear Spray. Unlike powdery antiperspirant sprays, new Arid sprays on clear, clean, double-X protection against wetness and odor. Get a little closer. New Arid Ultra Clear Spray.
Get a little closer to the tennis action. The makers of Arid invite you to win tennis items autographed by the world's top players when you attend the Chase Championships at Madison Square Garden November 18th through the 24th. It's the Arid Lucky Seat giveaway. Get a little closer and win with Arid.
2:54 left in the half. Here's a look now at the Marriott Marquis Skycam. The last shot by the Sixers. See Ewing spreading those arms out. Charlie Wood coming in for the rebound. Pushes it up to Larry Johnson. He slows up, figuring he'll draw the contact and make the basket, but he discounted Jerry Stackhouse's jumping ability. Stackhouse felt he had a clear block on that play. The New York Marriott Marquis, Broadway's biggest hit.
Larry Johnson to the free throw line. 3 of 4 at the line. The Knicks only 4 of 14 from the field in this second quarter. And the Sixers also have done the job off the boards.
Larry seemingly shooting the foul shots a lot better now as he tries to get up to that career foul shooting percentage of 77%.
Tonight 5 of 6 at the line for Johnson. Sixers lead by 5 with 2:40 remaining. First half. Marv Albert with John Andres from the Garden. Nice play by Oakley to strip Coleman, and it leads to the jump ball.
Charles Oakley always slapping that ball away from the offensive player. He does it successfully there. Scott Williams does well to recapture his position with the basketball.
Oakley with 3 steals in the first half. Jack Neese lining up the players. Still not satisfied. And Monty McCutcheon felt that Allen Iverson was trying to get the angle and was cheating on the lineup with Charlie Ward. So the Knicks able to control. Oakley, yes, Charles Oakley with Derek Coleman right on him, and the Knicks now trail by 3. Charles Oakley shooting so well, coming into tonight 23 of 33, 70% from the field. Blocking foul. Foul on Ward. He leads the NBA in shooting percentage.
That's a special moment for Charles. And we're not talking layups and moves around the basket. We're talking driving home those jump shots.
Jerry Stackhouse now 4 of 5 at the line. Here's John Starks, sporting back. There you see Oakley just under 70% in front of Rasheed Wallace, who's off to the good start with the Portland Trailblazers. Tonight, Oakley is 2 of 4. Sixers lead 46-41. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Ewing with the drop step. Strong move by Patrick Ewing. He has 11.
Double team got there, but too late.
76ers lead by 3. Larry Johnson doing a good job in fronting Clarence Weatherspoon. Stackhouse so deceptive with the dribble. Iverson for 3. And last touch by the Knicks. So the Sixers get the new 24. What an exciting backcourt. Jerry Stackhouse and Allen Iverson, and Stackhouse buries another jump shot. He's killed the Knicks in this first half. 17 for Stackhouse, and the Sixers lead by 5.
He's not feeling Allen Houston defensively.
Bad pass. Here's Iverson putting the speed on, and he is fouled. Walloped by Oakley. Stackhouse put his arm on Oakley. Charles did not like it, took a swipe at Stackhouse. Charles Oakley did not want to be touched by Jerry Stackhouse after the hard foul offered up.
John Starks, meanwhile, Marv made a very big recovery as well. See that ball going into the... you can see Starks with the block of the shot, and then Oakley was there to add his physical presence.
And it is being called a flagrant foul. There's some discussion by the officials. Flagrant fouls being called very close. You can certainly argue on that one. Although perhaps with Charles Oakley involved, he is not going to get the benefit of the doubt. But it looked like it was Oakley following through, and then, well, they felt that it was an unnecessary hit on the part of Charles.
I think also the defender has to show that he has a chance at blocking the shot. Charles is so aggressive. Many of his plays are body, all body, and the body aspect there is what made the call flagrant. He just hit him in the body.
Sixers by 6, 45 seconds to go in the half. Scott Williams had it knocked away by Charles Oakley, and a foul. It's on Williams. Loose ball foul for Scott Williams. That is his 3rd. Scott Williams, one-time member of the Chicago Bulls. In fact, he was there for the first 3 Bulls championships. Johnson, and the Knicks now trail by 4.
Power move by Larry Johnson. Boy, he looked like a locomotive on that move, and the Sixers have nobody to deal with him down low when he puts his shoulder down like that.
And it's been a strong first half for Larry Johnson. 22nd timeout called by the Sixers. Coming up, the Tri-State Jeep and Eagle halftime report. 25 seconds remaining in the half. Bob Page will be at the MSG Sports Desk. And Al with Walt Clyde Frazier to chat about what we saw take place in this first half.
Well, clear out for Larry Johnson, and he just took off, leaving Weatherspoon behind him. Scott Williams couldn't do anything about it. Solid half for Larry Johnson, who has a lot of reason to be confident out there the way he's playing. A lot of balance for the Knicks once again on the offensive end here in the first half.
Mark Davis, who played well earlier, back on the floor for the 76ers. Knicks have picked up the shooting after the slow start. They opened up the quarter 2 of 10. Iverson with that hesitation dribble. Good hands by Larry Johnson to break up the pass. 3 on the 24, and 9 and 9/10 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Davis. Ewing with the rebound and foul. Sixers now over the foul limit.
Ewing had an excellent box out going there. He had the position. He owned that part of the court.
So Patrick Ewing to the line with 6 seconds remaining in this first half. Ewing is 1 for 2 at the line. Looked like the Knick offensive flow settled down after the bad run through a good portion of the second quarter. Now Doug Overton back in for Allen Iverson.
1 free throw.
Johnny Davis does not want Iverson to pick up a 3rd foul. 10 points for Iverson. Stackhouse leading the way with 17. Ewing cuts it to a 3-point Sixer lead. Final seconds of the half. Here's Davis putting moves on. Davis with the finger roll. And time has run out in this first half. So it's the 76ers 49 and the Knicks 46. Halftime at the Garden. Bob Page in a moment at the sports desk.
We could not deny the RAV4 our top ranking.
The RAV4 breaks expected molds.
The RAV4 rides a great deal better than many a sedan.
Handling in both RAV4 models is excellent.
The all-new RAV4 recreational activity vehicle starts at only $14,948. Maybe we should start calling it the RAV4.
Driving it is great fun.
Every day, lots of people choose FedEx to take their 2-day packages. Cost? About $8.
Every day, lots of people choose UPS to take their 2-day packages. Cost about $6.
Every day, lots more people choose the U.S. Postal Service to take their priority mail 2 to 3-day packages. Cost $3.
So, 8, 6, 3, what's your priority? Priority mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
So you have nothing to say?
No.
You have nothing to say to me?
Sorry.
Fine.
You're watching Knicks Rewind on the MSG Network.
Sputtering a bit, particularly early in the second quarter, and then seemed to straighten things out offensively against this new-look Philadelphia 76er team that comes in with a record of 2-3. Lost their first 3. They've won their last 2, including the Saturday night win at home against the Phoenix Suns. Game that saw them shoot 51%. On the subject of statistics, in the first half, the Sixers 19 of 41, 46%. The Knicks 18 for 37 from the field, 49%. And Philly doing it from 3-point range, 5 of 11 from downtown. They've had the edge off the boards. The assists even. Sixers with 11 turnovers. Knicks with only 9, which these days for the Knicks a low number. Have their problems in that department. First 2 games of the Western swing against the Warriors and the Clippers.
I think, Marv, in the first half tonight, the Knicks showed some effects of an all-day flight yesterday back from Vancouver. just not sharp. Perhaps this second half they will be a little sharper as they got rid of their West Coast legs. Or as Allen Houston referred to it, the weather out west was a little too nice, he felt. It affected his game negatively. He said that, of course, with tongue in cheek.
And I know the Knicks were experimenting. There's a turnover, miscommunication between Larry Johnson and Charlie Ward. In the past, they would leave right after the game and then arrive 4 or 5 in the morning, and they felt this would be better. They'd get the night's sleep in Vancouver and then take the plane ride under normal conditions, but perhaps they'll rethink that in the future. And Allen Iverson, after the slow start, has picked it up. He now has 12 points. Sixers 51 and the Knicks 46. Open shot for Oakley. Rebounded by Johnson. Allen Houston 0 for 3 from the field thus far. And having difficulty finding shots. There's one. Hits from downtown. His first field goal.
Seems when he hits those jumpers, the net splashes. I mean, it looks so beautiful, even right to the point when it goes in the basket.
Sixers 51 and the Knicks 49. Iverson. Derek Coleman with the rebound, and here's Jerry Stackhouse. Iverson can jump. Listed at 6 foot, but about 5'10". Ewing rejected. Scott Williams and Derek Coleman coming over to make the stop, and then Stackhouse fouled by Johnson. That's the second for Larry Johnson.
Ewing working in close on Scott Williams, going up for the shot, and he was sent away with good help by the Sixers. Stackhouse right there. Good helping defense. That's the kind of help they haven't presented in the last several years. This team, Sixers, coming in now 6 straight years, their record has gotten worse. And in other words, last year they hit a low compared to 6 years prior. It just kept getting worse and worse as the years have gone on, but that looks like it's going to change now with this new infusion of talent.
Stackhouse now 4 of 8 from the line, and Sixers only 6 of 13 overall at the free throw line. Knicks down by 2. Houston. Shot clock running down. Ward for 3. Charlie Ward hits the 3. Right at the 24-second buzzer. And the Knicks lead by 1.
What's up?
It has been an outstanding game for Ward. He now has 10 points, and he's hit 4 of 4 from the field. First miss for Scott Williams. Kept alive by Weatherspoon. Iverson for 3. Allen Iverson with 15 points. And the Sixers are up 54-52. For Iverson, it's his second three-pointer. Houston run into by Stackhouse. That's 3 on Stackhouse.
Just talking about the Sixers, rough times they've had lately, the last several years, going back to 1989 season, and each year they have slid in that column on the left, in the victory column. And now they have a, let's see, Marv, you can see 53 down to 18 wins last year. They have a new president. They have a new point guard. They have a new general manager.
Yes,
they have a new arena.
Beginning of yet another new era. Got our former owner Harold Katz, general manager and coach John Lucas. It is a three-pointer again for Iverson, who has 18, and the Sixers now lead 57-54. Philadelphia 7 of 14 from downtown. Larry Johnson, he has 17. Good shooting by both teams here in the third with 4 minutes gone by. Yes, the new team president is Pat Croce, one-time fitness guru. And the foul against the Knicks. Don Ewing. He was a fitness guru for the Flyers and the Sixers. The new general manager, Brad Greenberg, one-time Knicks assistant coach. And the new coach is Johnny Davis. So the ball back to the Sixers.
I think one of the good ironies as Jeff Van Gundy surveys the scene here is that the last time Pat Croce, the president of the team now, was at Madison Square Garden was 6 years ago, as he was telling us at halftime, and at that time he was here and his job was to tape ankles.
He was the strength coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. It was telling us a Ranger Flyer playoff game. Charlie Ward with a gorgeous move, but could not complete it. Here comes Iverson. Stackhouse met by Houston, and the foul committed by Oakley.
Iverson's pushing of that basketball made it happen, however. When you get somebody who can run like that, all you want to do if you're a forward or another member of the Sixers is to try and stay with him. And he created it with his fast movement. Scott Williams piling his way, or Derek Coleman piling his way in then for the finish.
Coleman is 1 of 1 at the line. Now has 9 points. In his 7th season out of Syracuse, spent 5 tumultuous years with the New Jersey Nets. Last season played only 11 games with Philadelphia. Injury hit season. And remember, received that major scare last preseason. Doctors discovered an irregular heartbeat. He is now said to be okay. 76ers lead by 2.
He got real serious over the summer, and it reflects in his waistline and in his upper body. You know, Marv, he's gotten smaller around the waist and bigger on top. Just like Damon Stoudemire, who we'll see here Thursday night with Toronto. Noticed him when we were up there for the opening game. Boy, he got big on top.
Damon and the Raptors here on Thursday night in game 2 of the 3-game homestand. Larry Johnson. That was blocked by Clarence Weatherspoon. Eric Coleman protecting the dribble. Nice pass. Weatherspoon blocked by Ewing. And a timeout called. 6:52 remaining in the 3rd.
This is how we do it. How we do it. Yeah, yeah.
Face it. A true sport utility vehicle is the one you can afford to drive like a sport utility vehicle. Suzuki Sidekick Sport. Fully loaded for around $20,000. It's what an SUV ought to be. Now through November 30th, lease a new Sport for just $229 a month at your New York, New Jersey area Suzuki dealers.
Do I like to shop? Oh, yes. How you doing? Franks and beans? Aisle 5. Beans and franks? Aisle 7.
Hi. Hi.
Fat free. Nothing but cut. Check this out. You are 1 millionth shopper! Even at the supermarket, you can do more with the American Express card. I love this card.
You mean Hertz helped us earn these free airline tickets?
Exactly. Triple miles from Hertz.
Triple miles just for renting with Hertz?
Exactly. On weekly and weekend rentals.
And we still get computerized driving directions, emergency roadside assistance, and all the Hertz service?
Exactly. It's Hertz.
So, I guess I can stop thinking about how much we're saving and start enjoying our vacation.
Exactly.
You're watching Knicks Rewind on the MSG Network.
Well, right now, Allen Iverson is really in stride in his first professional visit here to Madison Square Garden. Look at our Toyota matchup. Charlie Ward, who's had a good game with 12 points. He's got his assists, and they're shooting the ball very well. But Iverson is taking more shots, as you can see, and he's delivering. Iverson's so comfortable with that basketball. Even though he dribbles that ball high, he's so fast. And you can see what he can do with a pullback jump shot. He sent Scott Brooks away quickly with that fake to the basket.
First round pick, first overall in the draft. The Big East Defensive Player of the Year as a freshman and sophomore. Ewing putting the move on Michael Cage, who just checked in. Good play by Cage. Mark Davis also back. Michael Cage signing with the Sixers as a free agent after a couple of years with the Cavaliers. Here's John Starks, who just made his return. Larry Johnson, yes, and in counts. And no question, this has been the best game offensively as a New York Knick for Larry Johnson. Foul committed by Davis, and Johnson to the line.
Larry powering his way to the basket again. They don't have the shot blocker, so Johnson's taking advantage of it. Charles Oakley taking that ball out of the basket after the foul shot. Just shoved Scott Williams to the floor, or Derek Coleman rather, excuse me, to the floor. And in front of the officials, so no harm, no foul, I guess. And no reaction from Coleman either.
Knicks by 2 points as we come up on 2 minutes left in the third.
2 minutes.
That's because they're pals.
And the foul on Brooks. Basketball count, that's 4 on Brooks. Jeff Van Gundy buying some time with Scott Brooks. Charlie Ward has played him well, but Ward went out after picking up a 4th. So Allen Iverson to the line with the Knicks over the foul limit. Allen Iverson, the first Georgetown player to leave early under John Thompson. Left after his sophomore season. He had averaged 25 a game. So quick, slashing style player. And he's tied the game at 68.
The first player under 6'6" in 20 years to be chosen with the #1 pick in the NBA draft. That's what the world thinks of his skills.
Oh, Brooks very fortunate to get it back on the deflection. Excellent defense by the Sixers. Then Starks lost the dribble again. Brooks able to gobble it up and finishes it off. What a sequence for Scott Brooks. Kept ending up with the basketball.
And the Knicks now with the lead.
1:15 left. Third quarter. Here's Iverson. Allen Iverson with 25 points. He is 9 for 16. This after the slow start. He missed his first 4 shots. The game is tied at 70. Johnson got the step. Larry Johnson. 25 for Johnson. Knicks by 2. Just under 1 minute left in the third. Iverson leading Davis. Well, Mark Davis had a clear path driving down the left side of the lane and uncontested.
That's because of Iverson. Larry Johnson drifted over to help plug the lane up, and it opened it up for Davis.
Game tied at 72. Oakley, yes. The hot shooting Charles Oakley with yet another jump shot. He's 4 of 7. And the Knicks lead by 2. This game is picked up here on the third. 20 seconds remaining third quarter. Iverson directing traffic.
They're leaving the middle open for Iverson, and there he goes.
Here's Coleman. Final seconds of the quarter. So, after 3, it's the Knicks 74, the Sixers 72.
Ask not what your country can do for you. See it for yourself. This is Ranger Country.
This is MSG Network.
For Ewing with the spin. Ewing, yes.
Give him a tape for 720.
Save, another save. Rick Ewing's unbelievable. 3, 2, fade up. Go. A no-hitter for Dwight Gooden. MSG Network. We're all over it.
Hi, I'd like to start getting home delivery of the New York Times.
Get a head start on your day by having the New York Times delivered to your home every morning. And if you call now, you'll get 50% off the regular home delivery price.
I enjoy waking up and having the New York Times waiting for me. I know it'll tell me things I won't hear, read, or see anywhere else.
I read Business Day first thing. Gives me the story behind the scenes and who the players are.
For just $3.60 a week, you'll get insights into politics, business, and international news. And each Sunday, you'll get the book review, travel, arts and leisure, week in review, and the celebrated New York Times Magazine.
Hi, I'd like to order home delivery of the New York Times.
Times doesn't just report on the issues. It helps me to understand them. And that's important when I'm making decisions that'll affect my family.
So call now, 1-800-357-4820, and get the New York Times delivered to your home every morning.
I can't imagine starting my day without it.
Looking like he's much more experienced than some rookie. Allen Iverson's got 25, putting on a show here at the Garden. That's got to please the new president of the Philadelphia 76ers, Pat Croce. And Pat, from the day that you high-fived everyone in the room when you won the lottery, people around Philadelphia knew this was going to be a different administration under your very enthusiastic reign.
You're right. A little more excitement, a little more energy, a little more firepower. You know, Philly is psyched about Allen, about Jerry. It's really, we need effort. You see him diving on the court? That's what Philly fans love to see.
A lot of hustle. What I want to know is, as a former fitness guru, I'm sure you're still into fitness, what did you say to Derek Coleman?
Oh, you know what? We talked on a friendship basis, and as a former conditioning coach, I wanted to know how he'd planned to get in shape in the offseason. I went out, visited him in Detroit, and I watched and worked out with him. He worked out hard this summer. He worked out.
And you were telling me it's all to do with respect, and that's what the players, at least in your mind, want to hear.
You know, in business, we call it empowerment. In the NBA, it's respect. Asking Derek about our training facility, about the uniform designs from next year, about our charter flights. They want respect. They make money. Money's not the issue. It's respect.
What did he say about the uniforms?
We're going to have pretty cool ones next year.
I don't doubt it. All right, Marv, Pat said no matter what you say about his team down the stretch, he will not burn your house down. Thank you so much, Al. Pat Croce, who happens to be an international karate champion, a Harley rider. Loose ball foul is on Larry Johnson. That is his third. And as we were discussing earlier, John, Pat made his initial connection to the world of professional sports back in 1980 as the conditioning coach for Bobby Clark and the Philadelphia Flyers in the NHL. And then several years later opened up the first of his sports physical therapist centers, and one of his first clients, Julius Erving. And now he is president of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Well, if Derek Coleman rather heard all of this wonderful words about Pat Croce, Marv, from you just now, I think I know what he'd say. Whoop-de-damn-do.
Setting yourself up for a cheap line.
Right.
Davis on the drive for the foul. It is on Johnson. That's 4 on Larry Johnson. Johnson had 10 points, 10 of his 25 in the third. Allen Iverson, who leads Philly with 25, 15 of his 25 in the third quarter. The applause for Larry Johnson. And Charles Oakley, who also departs as John Wallace has come on. So it is Wallace with Ewing and Buck Williams up front. Starks and Brooks in the backcourt.
Knicks have taken away a lot, even though Iverson's been wild in this third quarter and fourth quarter, because the shooting percentage of the Sixers has gone down from the half. They're now at 44%. The Knicks have gone up to 50. So the trend is right for the Knicks.
That foul was called on Brooks, who now has 5. Allen Iverson with the quickness and the spinning ability, so difficult, and now looking to foul Brooks out.
See the clear out too, so the Knicks have got to help him out.
And deflected out by the Sixers. Last touch by Lucius Harris. Minute and a half in, fourth quarter. Marv Albert, John Andres, Al Trautwig from the Garden. Knicks playing only their third game at home. They've won 1 and lost 1. The only loss of the season to the Los Angeles Lakers. And a travel is called. And since that solid performance by the Lakers, they've gone the other way. They've had some difficulties. Losses to Charlotte, Toronto. The Knicks on the road are 4-0 for the overall record of 5-1. Lakers tonight playing in Houston and tied with the Rockets late second quarter at 49 apiece. Here's Davis. And Lucius Harris tied the game at 74.
Harris has been a double-figure scorer for the Sixers in their last 2 games. Both of them wins.
Starks. Pretty lead pass thrown by Ewing. Knicks by 2. Buck Williams helping out, jumping out at Iverson, who finds Cage. Nice pass from Cage. And the foul called on Buck Williams, hacking Clarence Weatherspoon, who's been very quiet offensively.
There's an example of how passing is contagious. You look at Iverson now, looking to set up a teammate, whips that ball inside, and the pass then goes to the cutter. But there's a feeling, once good passing starts, that you want to, if you're out on the court, be part of that and continue it.
Now, Weatherspoon, usually a reliable free throw shooter, 75% for his career. Scoreless 30 minutes for Weatherspoon. And the Sixers struggling at the free throw line, 11 of 20 overall. At the line, Knicks have a 1-point lead. Brooks with the step, setting up Ewing. On the back tap, Brooks able to get to it. Wallace. Michael Cage, who will not shoot from the outside. He did think about it for a moment. Here's Davis, and he was fouled. Davis in a collision with Wallace. No, apparently Ewing called for that foul. And Davis to the line.
Mark Davis, a big surprise, Marv. I've been looking at his game now since the season began. He's becoming a factor now in his second year. People hardly noticed him last year. 14 last game, 22 points, 7 rebounds against Boston on Friday night. And he's becoming a very important player. He had a game against Detroit last week, which included 7 assists with 12 rebounds. Keep your eye on him.
He was with Minnesota last year, appeared in 57 games, but used sparingly, averaged 3 points a game. Beautiful pass from Starks. Ewing stripped. And it will be Nick Ball with 10 on the shot clock. Here's Stackhouse back, replacing Harris. Harris leads with a field goal for 2. The Knicks by 1 with 8.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Here's Scott Williams making his return from Michael Cage. Michael Cage continuing his consecutive game streak, now at 581, which is second among active players to A.C. Green. Starks lost the dribble. Iverson putting behind the back and then had the pass broken up by Brooks.
Brooks did a terrific job. Didn't give Iverson running room or space.
Jeff Van Gundy staying with Scott Brooks as long as he can. He's playing with the 5. Iverson again. For Iverson, his 4th three-pointer. He has 28 points in all, and the Sixers lead by 2. Starks for 3. John Starks trying to get into the offense after a couple of poor shooting games against Vancouver and the Los Angeles Clippers. Starks now has 9 points, and he's given the Knicks a 1-point lead. Nice setup, Stackhouse for Williams. Scott Williams has 14 points, 7 of 9 from the field, and the Sixers up by 1.
When you allow Stackhouse to get inside so easily, why, then he's just going to dish off to somebody because he's getting close to the basket.
Allen Houston cannot find the range. Patrick Ewing. Knicks by 1.
That's one of the only bad misses you'll see Allen Houston make this season.
Houston is now 1 for 7 on a court that he has enjoyed And a foul on Brooks, so he is fouled out, but here's it from the crowd. They love his hustle. Scott Brooks with just 2 points.
Well, the crowd likes him, but he doesn't look happy. He's fouled out, given his best, and he knows he's dealing with a major talent that is emerging in the NBA in the form of Allen Iverson.
But the Sixers hurting themselves at the foul line. They are 12 for 24. Game tied at 81. Iverson, the high man, with 29. Ewing off a beautiful lead pass.
Charlie Ward saw that Scott Williams had his back to Charlie Ward, so he wouldn't know about that pass intended for Ewing.
And the foul off the runner by Stackhouse. Timeout is called. 6:49 remaining in the fourth.
We know this is probably the last thing you want to think about right now. So don't. Think about this. Jeep Grand Cherokee for 0 down and only $349 a month. Or Jeep Cherokee with special values. Both have Jeep's legendary 4-wheel drive system to get you through the deepest snow. So head over to your local Jeep and Eagle dealer today to take advantage of these deals. Then we won't ever have to think about this again.
See your tri-state Jeep and Eagle dealer.
American Express, how can I help you?
How can I help you?
Oh, sure. Of course we help small businesses.
Why don't we start with your cash flow?
Okay, we can arrange a line of credit for you.
We can take care of that.
It'll give you more flexibility.
We actually have several cards to help you manage expenses better.
Maybe our credit card will work for you.
I'll set up a meeting for you with one of our CPAs.
Together we can sort this tax situation out.
We can always make adjustments when your situation changes.
Call American Express at 1-800-SUCCESS to help your small business do more.
If you've got business in the Northeast, you can take the Causeway, the Beltway, the Parkway, or the Better Way. Amtrak Metroliner, 17 departures daily. The smarter shuttle.
Houston just cannot buy one. Allen Houston now 1 of 8 from the field, and Scott Williams off that collision is hurt.
That's a horrendous sight for the Sixers, not to mention how Scott Williams feels right now, a man who's been plagued with injuries. See Williams standing for that basketball, committing himself to the air, losing his balance as he collides with Allen Houston, and it looked, I guess, like a head blow, and that usually results in blood, but we don't see it. Usually around the eyes there, the skin is so thin. With a collision like that, often it opens up, but he's shaken up in the head as opposed to knees or ankles. Oh. Another look at it again. Houston's hand, the palm of his hand, clobbering him, and Houston was coming into him too. The momentum of Houston's body, I'm sure, made it more emphatic and dramatic, as Clyde might say.
Yes, very well done. Scott Williams has been a injury hit player over the years. Played only 13 games last season. Needed knee surgery this after he had knee surgery the previous off-season. When healthy, though, he's been a strong rebounder, especially off the offensive glass, and he's had a very fine game here tonight, and apparently will be able to shake this off.
Well, the Knicks presenting a much better second half than they did the first after completing their trip out west, that 3-game excursion. And following tonight's homecoming, the Knicks will be here on Thursday night against the Toronto team. MCS Cannon game night at 7 o'clock. Then Saturday, Minnesota comes to town. 12:30 p.m. MCS Cannon game night. And then next Tuesday, the Knicks will be at Orlando. MCS Cannon game night at 7:30. Hopefully, Stephon Marbury will be healthy this Saturday, although reports we heard today are such that his ankle is healing slowly.
And you know that the product of Abraham Lincoln High School in Brooklyn, you knew I'd get that one in, John,
absolutely,
wants to play here against his hometown club and his favorite team, the New York Knicks.
Well, I would imagine he'll come in looking like a mummy if he has to. With tape all over him to play.
So Scott Williams has tied the game at 83. As you saw, it has been a rocky time at the line for the 76ers. Now 14 of 27 at the foul line.
This will be Minnesota's only trip here to New York, so it adds more emphasis to his desire to be here and play before the home crowd.
And Ewing fouled by Williams. That's his 4th foul. Well, apparently Mark Davis called for the foul. Scott Williams raising his hand, but it's number 4 on Davis. And Ewing at the line. He's 2 of 4 at the foul line. Patrick Ewing, 18 points. High man for the Knicks, Larry Johnson with 25. Ewing way off at the line. Had been shooting very well at the free throw line on this recent 3-game trip to the West. But tonight, 2 of 6. The block by Ewing, stopping Stackhouse. Charlie Ward, who just checked back in, finding John Starks. That was a 3-point attempt. And back comes Iverson, putting the move on Houston. Stackhouse, a 3 for Stackhouse. That's his 4th. And the Sixers 10 of 18 from downtown. They now lead by 3.
They had made 9 of those last game, and you know Jeff Van Gundy's not happy about the open threes that the Sixers are getting.
And it will be Nick Ball. He's out of bounds. Charles Oakley and Larry Johnson checking back in.
A lot of hustle here. You can see that. Everybody hitting the floor to save that basketball. Knicks basketball, however, with Charles Oakley now inbounding.
Down to 5.5 remaining in this 4th quarter. And that will count as a goaltend. A strong move by Ewing. So the Knicks are within 1.
See, this is the advantage the Knicks have with Ewing, as they've had all game. Scott Williams, whoever is on the floor, is just not big enough to handle him. So Patrick's trying to post up down low as much as he can.
Coleman got the step. He beat Oakley and then whipped by Ewing.
Awesome move for a guy his size, and then finish with the right-handed slam.
Ewing on the follow. Sixers by 1.
How about that for a response?
22 for Ewing, along with 12 rebounds. Just under 5 minutes left, 4th quarter. Stackhouse couldn't find the shot.
He wants the lead pass down low with Houston.
Stackhouse called for the travel. Won't count. Traveling violation. Both teams with 14 turnovers. Patrick Ewing has scored the Knicks' last 8 points. The Knicks are down by 1. Houston, yes. And the Knicks are hoping that will get him going. He was 1 for his previous 8. And the Knicks lead by 1.
Big basket. It's tough to make a shot like that when you're cold.
But he is a player who must continue shooting. And he is a streak shooter. Shot clock at 6. Iverson for 3, and he is hammered by Ward.
Good foul. Good foul by Charlie. You've got to make the shooter hesitate. You've got to change his rhythm. Looks like Iverson's wrist was affected when he hit the floor. Bob, I loved at halftime when Al Trotwig and Will Frazier were doing their highlights of the first half. And Al asked Clyde if he could deal with Iverson if he was playing today. Clyde said, I don't think so. He said, but he'd have a lot of trouble with me at the other end. He said, I'd post and toast him.
Iverson is now 4 of 9 at the line. Well, I try to picture Allen Iverson going up against that Knick team, and Clyde would have had a lot of help. That was help defense. There is the posting and toasting Clyde man.
Clyde, a very gracious, sweet guy, but never lacks confidence when talking about Clyde.
Iverson has hit 5 of 8 from downtown. Stackhouse 4 for 4 from three-point range. They have been outstanding. They've killed the Knick backcourt. 29 for Iverson, 23 for Stackhouse, 5 assists apiece. Iverson got off to the slow start, 0 for his first 4. So they've outscored the Knicks starting backcourt 52-19 because Allen Houston has been off 2 of 9 from the field. Although Charlie Ward has played well, 5 of 6, 12 points. You can't ask for much more from Charlie.
Well, maybe if he took 12 shots, he'd have 10 field goals at that percentage.
But you don't, obviously you don't want that.
I'm kidding when I say that. But thanks to the draft, this is how the Sixers are rebuilding their franchise. These are 2 top collegiate players, Stackhouse and Iverson.
Well, there's Ward on the drive, coming up short. Sixers lead by 1. Here's the speed again of Iverson. Met on a switch. Now Ward back on him. They double up on Iverson.
Charlie doing a terrific job running around the pick set for Iverson.
That was deflected out by the Knicks. What is amazing at this stage of the game, here Iverson has played 40 minutes. He still has. And pass off the mark. It's a turnover. And Houston was playing Stackhouse very effectively. But Iverson looks to be as fresh as he was in the first quarter. Knicks with the ball. They're down by 1. 3:25 left in the 4th. Oakley and Stackhouse with the rebound.
Coleman did a good job of contesting that shot of Charles. Had to distract him. The Sixers have been off since Saturday, so they've had a little more rest than the Knicks have.
Sixers with the win over Phoenix at home on Saturday. Stackhouse for 3. He is now 5 of 5 from downtown. He has 26 points, and the Sixers lead by 4. Ewing off the double team. Larry Johnson. Charles Oakley. And Oakley foul.
See, one of the problems with help defense is if you have a team with talent like the Sixers with Stackhouse, you can't leave your guy. If you're guarding Stackhouse, somebody else cuts. You got to be careful. You have to be aware to help when you can, but you can't give a guy room to shoot that basketball. You got to stay home on him, as you'll often hear coaches say. You can't leave good shooters open. Oakley going in underneath for that finish, hoping to make that shot, but at least he'll get an opportunity at the line.
Oakley at the line for the first time tonight. And Charles, usually a solid free throw shooter.
Charles, surprisingly, has not been to the line much for such a physical player. Coming in tonight, he had only had 8 foul shot attempts in the first 4 games he's played in.
And the reason for that, he has been hitting the jump shot, which can work positively and negatively because he's been outside more frequently, not going for the inside moves. Sixers by 3, and there's a foul on Oakley. That's his 4th.
Boy, that's a tough call. That's a tough call. I mean, Oakley his hand seemed to be right on the basketball, but Coleman, with his hard work, gets the call. Here's another look at it now. Oakley trying not to let him get around him. What a dribbling exhibition.
Coleman 3 of 4 at the line. He has 14 points in all. Well, the Sixers are now 16 of 32 at the free throw line. Timeouts remaining. Knicks at 3. Sixers 3 and a 20. Coming in, Philly only 69% at the line. They are in the bottom rung. 3-point Sixer lead. We're down to 2:15 in the fourth. They double up on Johnson. Shot clock at 4. Johnson. Rebound Ewing. And lost it. Regained by Johnson.
Sixers are doing a terrific job of helping and converging on whoever gets the basketball below the foul line for the Knicks. They're moving very well.
John, we're seeing a lot of deflections. Of course, coaches love it. A lot of deflections on the part of the Sixers. There is their head coach, Johnny Davis. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the fourth. Oakley again looking for that jump shot. Johnson takes it and hits another 3 for Larry Johnson. And he's tied the game at 93. 28 points for Johnson. It is his second from downtown. 1:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. Good finish. Iverson blocked and fouled by Ward. Another 3-point opportunity for Allen Iverson.
Oh, Charlie, who never shows emotion, running to the other end of the court. He felt that was clean.
And the Knicks are now in big trouble at the point guard position. Scott Brooks is fouled out. Charlie Ward just picked up number 6. So Iverson to the free throw line. Jeff Van Gundy will have to go with John Starks at the point guard spot.
John Starks replaces Charlie Ward.
So Charlie Ward departs. 12 points, 6 assists. Now Iverson 6 for 11 at the line.
Charlie Ward right on that basketball, but the official's judgment said that there was physical contact also.
32 points for Iverson. That equals his career high. This only his 6th NBA game. One more coming. Fouled in the act on a 3-point attempt. Sixers lead by 1 with 1:34 left in the fourth. And now the Knicks take a timeout. So it's the 76ers with a 2-point lead. We'll be right back.
And now from Paris, from Milan, from St. Louis.
Introducing a new look from Budweiser. Born on dating. It's the day your Bud was born, because fresh beer tastes better.
Nice label.
Thanks.
So I pull into this gas station. Oh, classic oversqueeze. Watch this. Release the hounds. Perfect pump.
2037.
Even at the gas station, you can do more with the American Express card.
Everyone hopes their financial future will be smooth sailing. What you need is MetLife. We know the hazards and offer financial information and sound advice to help you rise above them. We'll help you make sense of it all. Get Met. It pays.
Well, a rough night for Knick point guards. Charlie Ward fouled out a moment ago. Scott Brooks fouled out earlier this fourth quarter. And, of course, Chris Childs still recovering from the fractured leg and will begin working out with the team. Both Brooks and Ward did a good job, but they've had their hands full with Allen Iverson, who has hit a career-high 33 points. We're down to a minute and a half left in the fourth quarter. Knicks with the ball. They're trailing by 2.
They have to work on their spacing very carefully now, Marvin. Ewing, as the Knicks did space the court well, gave him room to operate, and he comes through.
24 for Ewing. The game is tied at 95. Eric Coleman, who has been all business tonight, played well. Iverson. Allen Iverson getting it high over Ewing. Could not hit, but hustles it down. And we're down to 1 minute remaining in the 4th.
What a horror show he is to guard. He's carrying that ball, too, with that high dribble a bit.
Coleman fouled by Johnson. The Knicks are over the limit. The Sixers do have a foul to give. So Larry Johnson has picked up his 5th. And Derek Coleman to the free throw line, where he has hit only 3 of 6. And the 76ers, a horrendous 18 for 36 at the line. And Coleman getting the treatment from the crowd,
which inspires him, it appears. One of the good things about Coleman's game, one of the many actually, Marv, is his passing too. Over the last 3 games, he's averaged 5 assists a game.
Very smart player, and he's looking for teammates. Sixers by 2. And you see time running down in the 4th quarter, 45 seconds to go. Stackhouse digging in against Houston. Oh, Starks took his eye off it and lost it. John Starks not able to handle that pass. And Ewing gave the foul. Starks was looking to make the quick move to his left and took the eye off the ball.
John Starks unable to handle it. Clearly a crucial turnover at this moment in the game as Ewing comes over to commit the foul. Turnovers for the Knicks much more under control than they've been of late. It's 15, however, it's cost them 19 points.
And here are the Sixers down the stretch hitting their free throws. Coleman hit the 2, and now Iverson, who is 9 of 15 at the line, extends to a 3-point lead. Looked like Williams stepped in, lane violation, so that the second free throw is nullified. And again, the Knicks take a timeout. 38 seconds to go in the 4th.
After NCS Cannon game night, Thursday night on MSG.
Yankee fans, the Bombers are back.
The Yankees are champions of baseball.
Now, Sports Illustrated lets you grab a piece of history with SI's exclusive World Series Championship package. This limited edition, hardbound SI commemorative and official World Series video are both free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. You'll relive all the moments that made the '96 Fall Classic unforgettable. From the Yanks' unlikely sweep in Atlanta to the thrilling final game in the Bronx. Call now and you'll also get a true collector's dream. This hardbound, gold embossed, individually numbered SI Championship commemorative. Get your exclusive World Series package free when you order 54 issues of SI for only $1.48 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. Use your credit card. Celebrate the historic New York Yankees World Championship with Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Well, the Knicks right now in a tough position with 38 seconds to go. 3-point difference. Knicks unhappy about Iverson's handling of the basketball. Feel he's getting away with carrying the ball, palming it. There's an example. There's another one.
You're right.
There's another one right there, big time. Fortunately for the Knicks, though, it didn't cost them a basket. It looked just like an infraction. But when a player can do that, and he can really sail by the defender, and that's something you know coaching staffs are going to be talking to the league about. Look at our Marriott Marquis Skycam in action now. Knicks moving the ball at the other end of the court a moment ago, and Larry Johnson to John Starks just didn't work as John's concentration wasn't on that ball. The New York Marriott Marquis, Broadway's biggest hit.
38 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The Knicks trailing by 3 points.
They don't have to get a three-point shot. They're going low to Ewing.
And Ewing not able to hit. Kept alive by Oakley. Now the three from Johnson. Rebound Oakley again. Starks with the save. 20 seconds remaining. Allen Houston trying to set up for a three. And now they have Johnson for three to tie. On the back tap handled by Weatherspoon. Final seconds as the foul is given. Well, the Knicks had the opportunities to tie, but could not. Pat Croce enjoying the moment. The Philadelphia 76ers here at the Garden have lost 5 in a row. 14 of the last 15. Overall, the Knicks have won 8 of the last 9 against the Sixers. The last time Philadelphia won here at Madison Square Garden, January 23rd, 1994, by the score of 99-92. And Allen Iverson shooting a couple. Iverson with 35 points. He is 10 for 16 at the line. What a performance by the rookie out of Georgetown, who's had some big moments here with the Hoyas. Timeout, final timeout called by the Knicks. Down by 4 with 5 4/10 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. And the Knicks with the timeout, so we'll be back in a moment.
The world is a magical place, and one camcorder captures it like no other. Only this Panasonic camcorder has a 16:1 optical zoom, a motion sensor for automatic recording, a full-size 4-head system for brilliant pictures, and tapes that play in your VCR. Only Panasonic gives you all these features. Now get a $25 rebate on select models for a limited time.
Well, 5 4/10 seconds left in this game. The Sixers hustling, withstanding the Knicks charge, and with several shot attempts at the basket a moment ago. Knicks unable to get it to go down, though. John Starks handling the ball. Knicks looking to go inside. Initially, they had over 30 seconds to go. Ewing misses the short one. Oakley retrieves the ball. Larry Johnson with a three. Doesn't go. Oakley again working. Retrieves it. Back outside again. Knicks had another shot at the basket, but they were just unable to convert it.
Allen Iverson played the entire second half. 25 of his 35 in the second half. John, this is where legends begin on this court here at Madison Square Garden. Allen Iverson with a sensational performance. Ewing on a crossover, looking for the quick two to cut it to 99-97. 1 8/10 seconds to go. Sixers take a timeout. So the Knicks now need a turnover. There are many possibilities here. Quick foul, and the Sixers miss at the line. Still alive with 1 8/10 seconds. Sixers 99 and the Knicks 97.
Very uplifting effort here by the Sixers. The owner of the team, president of the team, standing there telling Knicks fans what happened in case they were in need of that. I don't think there's any question that he is a very demonstrative owner. Perhaps might lead the league in that department.
And the Knicks facing the very real possibility of going 1 up and 2 down on their home court. They have won all 4 games on the road, although have not played particularly well. Still trying to define who they are, and certainly looking for the return of Chris Childs as the starting point guard, although Charlie Ward has done a nice job. But tonight, both point guards fouled out by Allen Iverson.
Charlie's done a terrific job, and he's grown in his NBA career over the first several games of this season with all the playing time plus the exhibition season. But the Knicks have invested heavily in Chris Childs, who's dying to play. Today he's been given the green light to work out seriously. And I think nobody wants to put the weight of the world on Chris Childs' shoulders either, but I think the Knicks will enthusiastically await his return.
Now Derek Coleman will inbound. 1 and 8/10 seconds remaining. Knicks do not have any timeouts remaining. Coleman for Stackhouse, immediately fouled by Houston. Stackhouse 6 of 10 at the line. So 1 second to go in this fourth quarter. Knicks are over the limit, so Stackhouse will shoot. And Stackhouse for the season a 73% free throw shooter. Chris Gent reporting in, I guess, for long-range shooting if the Knicks are able to whip it down court.
Yes, he is certainly capable of the three.
Although they have Ewing at the other end of the court.
I think that's to take, and I don't know why they're doing it, to take Coleman away.
1 and 2/10 seconds remaining now as they just adjusted the clock. So the Sixers now lead by 3. And Stackhouse looking to wrap it. He does. 4-point lead. Oakley for Ewing, setting it up for Houston. Well, that was the idea. It's a well-executed play. Put that one in the clinical column, as Ewing was able to take that high pass and outlet it to Houston, who had to 3, and the Sixers were not looking to foul. So it would have been, had Houston hit that shot, it would have meant the Knicks falling 1 point short, but a nice-looking final play.
Sixers enjoyed their 43 foul shot attempts, too, to the Knicks 19 in this.
And the 76ers have defeated the Knicks here at the Garden, 101-97.